Hello dear students, welcome to the online education of class 7 science. Dear students, in the previous class I was discussing about the excretory system, that is excretion which takes place in the kidneys. Okay, the filtration of blood takes place in the kidneys, okay, in the capillaries. So whereas the pure blood again absorbed by the blood, and all the waste materials, okay, which is and all the waste dissolved things which are dissolved in the water, so they are transported from kidneys to urinary bladder through the ureters, and finally through the urinary opening it is removed out of the body. So this we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, so let us discuss the remaining concept. Okay, so an adult human being normally excretes around 1 to 1.8 liters of urine per day. Okay, so 95% of urine contains the water, and 2.5% of urine, and 2.5% of other waste materials it contains. Okay, up to this we have completed so far. So let us continue the remaining part of the lesson. Okay, so dear students, we all have experienced, okay, the sweat. Okay, so whenever we go out in the hot summer day, okay, so we get sweat. Okay, so on a hot summer day, okay, so the what does this sweat contains? So from where does it come? Okay, so what is this sweat? So the sweat contains water and salts. What does the sweat contains? It contains water as well as salts. Okay, so we have seen that sometimes in summer days, if we wear clothes, especially under the arms, areas like underarms, okay, when we wear shirt, sometimes in the summer day we find a white patches which are formed on our clothes. Okay, when we wear shirts or any kind of clothes, so we find that some white patches which are formed on our clothes, especially in the areas like underarms. Okay, underarms, we find the white patches which are formed there. Okay, on the hot summer day if we go out and come, so what are these marks? Okay, so these white patches, what we see, these marks are left by the salts which are present in the sweat. Okay, so we sweat in that particular place, okay, under the arms. Okay, so the water content and salt content is released there in such place. So after sometimes what happens, that water is dissolved. Okay, it is going to be absorbed or evolved. So what is happening? Salts are remained there. That's why those white patches are formed on the underarms. Okay, due to the sweat. Okay, so these are left by the salts which are present in the sweat. Okay, so that is due to the white patches is due to the sweat, the salts which are present in the sweat. Okay, so does any function the sir or the sweat does? Okay, so the sweat does any kind of function? So is it anything work it is doing? Yes, see, so we know that the water kept in an earthen pot is cooler. Okay, do you know one thing? So here, so whenever keep the water, okay, in the earthen pot, okay, so matka we say in Hindi, okay, matka or madake we say in Kannada. Okay, so when we keep the water in the matka or earthen pot, okay, it remains cooler. Am I right or not? So during the summer days we purchase that. Nowadays you all people have the fridge, refrigerators in your homes. Okay, in the earlier days, or the poor people now also, they are using the matka or earthen pot to keep the water cool. So the water in that earthen pot remains cooler. So why it is so? Because the water evaporates from the pores of the pot, which causes cooling. So what happens is here, so whenever we store the water in the matka or earthen pot, the water, okay, which is present inside the that matka, so it gets evaporates, okay, from the pores of the pot. So that pot, earthen pot, has a small pores, holes. Okay, through that the water evaporates. Okay, so that's why it causes the cooling effect in the matka, okay, in the earthen pot. That's why we feel the cold water inside the earthen pot. Okay, so this is how the sweating is the serve the function, means it gets evaporates. Okay, water gets evaporates, salts remain over there. Okay, so now, so let us know whether the animals also urinate. Yes, of course, every organism, living organism, urinates. Okay, the way in which the waste chemicals are removed from the body of the animals depends on the availability of the water. So if the more amount of water is available in some kinds of animals, it is drink it is if it is having more amount of water, the waste chemicals are removed from the body is also different. Okay, so let's take an example of aquatic animals. So in case of aquatic animals like fishes, They excrete cell waste as ammonia. The fish excrete the cell waste. Okay, so wastage material as ammonia, which directly dissolves in the water. That ammonia directly is dissolved in the water. Whatever the waste product is excreted by the fish, it is directly dissolved in the water, which contains the ammonia. But some of the land animals, such as birds, lizards, and snakes. Okay, so birds, lizards, and snakes, they usually live on the land only. Okay, on the trees and all. They excrete a very semi-solid white colored compound. Okay, it is not solid, it is not liquid, so semi-solid kind of waste they release. Semi-solid no excretion they do, waste they release, so which is white colored compound, that it contains uric acid, which is an wastage. Okay, so the major excretory product in humans is urea. So the fish contains the wastage which is rich in ammonia, and the birds and lizards and snakes, they excrete a semi-solid waste. Okay, so which is white colored in white colored compound, and it is rich in uric acid. So the major excretory product present in the humans is urea. Okay, so sometimes, see, this is very important, dear students, you just give an attention over here. So sometimes a person, okay, suffer from kidney problem, that is kidney stop working due to the infection or injury. Sometimes due to the infection or sometimes due to the injuries, the kidneys stop working. As a result, what happens? The failure of kidney takes place. As a result, kidney failures, okay, means that its function is stopped. So means the process of filtration of blood test stops. Okay, to remove the waste production, okay, as a urine, so that stops. When it is stopped, the waste products start accumulating in the blood. So because when the kidneys start filtration process, stop the filtration process, automatically the waste products which are start collecting in the kidneys. So waste products, they start collecting, accumulating in the blood. Okay, so when the waste products start accumulating in the blood, so it becomes a big problem in the health. Okay, so such persons cannot survive. Okay, such persons in which their blood is completely accumulated with the waste products, they cannot survive unless their blood is filtered periodically. Okay, means until and unless their blood is filtered, or filtered means in order to remove the waste products. Okay, unless their blood is filtered periodically means at least once in a week. Okay, so unless their blood is filtered periodically through an artificial kidney. Okay, so one artificial kidney can be arranged, means not the human, it's an in hospital. Okay, so their blood is filtered periodically through an artificial kidney. So this process is called dialysis. Okay, so dialysis it is done in hospital, means the patient who is suffering from a kidney failure has to go to the hospital at least once in a week in order to get for the treatment of dialysis, or else the waste products gets accumulated in the blood, the person cannot survive. So nowadays the government hospitals have been providing the health opportunities, so for the poor man, but still the person who suffers from kidney failure suffers a lot, and he is probably needs may lose the life, because more accumulation of waste products in the blood causes a severe death. Okay, so dear students, that's why you have to concentrate on the kidneys. Okay, you need to drink more and more amount of water so that the kidneys can filter the waste products from the blood. Okay, they can remove the blood. Okay, they can remove the waste products from the blood, which is rich in urea. Okay, so that's why we need to keep our kidneys healthy. Okay, so dear students, so up to this we have completed, and remaining part of the lesson let me complete in the next period. Thank you and have a nice day.